Okay, so I want to go ahead and talk to everyone about how me and Desiree met.
This story again.
Okay, yeah. It was 5 years ago. I worked at Taco Bell, and so she came through the drive-thru with Nicole. So if you're watching this, you know what we're talking about. So yeah, she came through, and so we made eye contact, and so I was like, hey, why don't you go in, park real quick and come in so I can holler at you. And so she told her friend with the quickness, hey girl,
Okay, so let's pause this. First of all, there's no eye contact. Because I was actually sad that day because the dude I was wanting to make up with was not happening. So there's no eye contact made because I probably was crying. But for real, he was looking at me, and so I said, either you gonna keep looking or you gonna say something. I mean, you can't resist all this chocolate, of course. But he was looking at me, and so I was like, you gonna say, I'm like, okay, you looking at me, you gonna say something? Because one thing, I don't go to dudes, and I didn't go to you. And so anyway, so he says, okay, come inside. And I'm like, I guess I come in. I mean, I am hungry. You gonna get something free to eat? And then that's exactly how that happens. And so now we're here 5 years later. And I actually, it's amazing how I wasn't even expecting Lamar. So it's like I wasn't expecting him, nor would I want him at that time. It's amazing how sometimes God would give you what you don't want, what you think you don't need. Yeah. But in the midst of it.
And actually, we both actually...
was it a place?
We're vulnerable. I had just got out of a relationship with my ex.
I was
the same with her also. So, we were very vulnerable. And... it just happened.
It did, and you know what? I feel like it happened, even though we didn't, intend for it to happen. It's the crazy part. We did not intend to be together. It was more of like a, let's just try to get over our exes or people we, find ourselves attached to, so we can, fill that void. And sometimes we'll try to fill that void to keep from facing reality. And in reality, that person was not for me, and the person was not for him. And so now we are here 5 years later, and we, I feel like it has been a journey. We ain't been perfect.
It hasn't been easy, we're not perfect, so I don't want anybody thinking that we're perfect.
Not. But what it is that we allow God to be the glue, the soul of this relationship. And so when God is the soul and the glue of the relationship, everything that we want is not, it won't go. But when we allow what He wants to come in, that's when everything begins to refresh itself. And I honestly can say Lamar and I had gave up sex last year. So this December will actually be our year anniversary for no sex. So
exactly.
And you know what? And I say that honestly, that was nobody but God, because we tried that 3 times and it did not work. And that 3rd time, I feel like God was in that thing. And that's why I know that it's like, okay, you know what? We're not doing this no more. We can get it right. And we just been living, we just been letting God lead this relationship and be the driver. That's what you got to do. Let Him drive.
Yes, exactly. And guys, if speaking on that topic, this is something I feel like a lot of guys just, oh, hell no, no sex, this and that, yada, yada, yada. I feel like you love your girlfriend as much as you say you do. And if she came with you with that, then it shouldn't be an issue for you to just go ahead and, okay, babe, well, I love you that much, and we'll go ahead and wait till we get married.
Yeah, to give us something.
Exactly. I feel like that shouldn't be an issue if you love her like you say you do, yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes as women we can lose ourselves in a man. We can think, if I don't give this up, if I don't, he doesn't want to be with me, or he may not look at me the same. But you know what? I had those very thoughts before Lamar and with Lamar, and it's like at the end of the day, if Lamar was to say, you know what, I can't do that, I'd be like, you know what, I love you, but I love God more. And I would have had, honestly,
females,
deuces.
If that's the case, if you go to your man about that right there, and he said, oh hell no, you know what, then that's not the one for you, that's not the guy for you.
But everybody has their own time. I feel like God spoke to us in our time. This is our time, and I feel like God is using us to be an example to young adults. And I feel like at the end of the day, we're taking the necessary, it's all about the steps. When you allow God to lead, and the thing about it, like I said, you really do find your strength in what you least expect. And so I thought that sex was me. I thought that's defined me. I thought that a man defined me. And who defines me is God. No man, can't no sex, nothing that does not define me. Who defines me is my Lord Jesus. And at the end of the day, I am proud to say that I don't have to have it. It's not me. And the very thing that had kept me, I had let it go. So I just encourage young women, young men, it's okay. Don't think that you whack for not having. Oh, bro, you gave. You don't do that. It ain't all about that. To each his own. We just know what God told us to do, and we decided to go on a different path from what everybody else wanted to go on. So, like I said, we're not perfect, but God is molding us, and we allow God to be our drive, our relationship. That's how, and I can honestly, I'm in on this note. God truly refreshed Lamar in our relationship. To be honest, real talk, He refreshed us,
He actually did.
and it just, I think it just brought us. It's like we first met type thing. It's crazy. But I love this man, and
I love this woman.
and when we eventually have them kids, y'all be the first ones to know.
Yes.
But so it was a journey, and I loved it, and I thank God, and there's no regrets.
Yeah.
On that note,
Put
peace,
God in your life.
Love, God always.
Yes.
God always. Once God's in it, everything. When God is in it, everything in the physical will flow in order.
Yeah.
So connect with that spirit.
Yeah.
And then that physical fall in order.
Yeah. All right, everybody.